In this video I will show you how you can get all the titles in the game Sailor Peace on Roblox. Subscribe, like, hype if you want to get this. More Roblox guides and giveaways. Watch till the end to understand this guide well. Titles in Sailor Peace are not just something above your head. They actually give real stat boosts that can make your build way stronger. And I will tell you how all of them work, and how you get them. You can pick titles based on your playstyle like damage, luck, or farming. And there are also some limited and exclusive ones that only show up during events. So before you equip anything you should know exactly what each one gives. If you want damage, all damage titles come from bosses, so you need to farm specific bosses depending on the title you want. Corrupt Tyrant gives plus 75% damage and drops from Saber Altar boss with around 0.85 to 1.4% depending on difficulty with 145 pity. The one gives plus 65% damage from Escaner boss with around 0.85 to 1.75% and 125 pity. Blade Sovereign gives plus 65% damage from Yamato boss with 1% chance and 125 pity. Astral Empress gives plus 70% damage from Blessed Maiden boss with around 0.8 to 1.35% and 140 pity. Transcendent Being gives plus 72.5% damage from True Eisen boss with around 0.75 to 1.35% and 145 pity. Blade Master gives plus 15% damage from Saber boss with 5% chance and 35 pity. Honored One gives plus 17.5% damage from Gojo boss with 5% chance and 35 pity. Curse King gives plus 20% damage from Sukuna boss with 4% chance and 40 pity. Shadow Monarch gives plus 25% damage from Jinwoo boss with 3% chance and 50 pity. Manipulator gives plus 35% damage from Eisen boss with 2% chance and 85 pity. King of Beginning gives plus 27.5% damage from Chinshir boss with 1.5% chance and 100 pity. Living Weapon gives plus 16.5% damage from Yuji boss with 5% chance and 35 pity. Subscribe to this channel to have a better chance of getting and finding what you want, and write what you would like to get from this game. Eminence in Shadow gives plus 40% damage from Shadow boss with 1% chance and 125 pity. Vampire King gives plus 32.5% damage from Alucard boss with 2.5% chance and 50 pity. Strongest Sorcerer gives plus 45% damage from Strongest of Today boss with around 1 to 1.5% and 125 pity. Disgraced One gives plus 50% damage from Strongest in History boss with around 1 to 1.5% and 125 pity. Soul Reaper gives plus 37.5% damage from Ichigo boss with 1% chance and 135 pity. Demon Lord gives plus 55% damage from Rimuru boss with around 0.9 to 1.35% and 150 pity. Golden King gives plus 57.5% damage from Gilgamesh boss with around 1 to 1.5% and 125 pity. King of Shadows gives plus 62.5% damage from Shadow Monarch boss with around 0.8 to 1.15%. Demon King gives plus 60% damage also from Shadow Monarch boss with around 0.8 to 1.15%. If you care about drops instead, you need lucky titles which you unlock by killing bosses. Lucky Novice gives plus 10% luck for killing 10 bosses. Fortune Seeker gives plus 12.5% luck for 25 bosses. Lucky Star gives plus 15% luck for 75 bosses. Blessed One gives plus 20% luck for 250 bosses. The Chosen One gives plus 25% luck for 500 bosses. Blessed Sovereign gives plus 32.5% luck for 1250 bosses. Destiny Mark gives plus 40% luck for 2,500 bosses. For farming and leveling, there are farming titles that boost XP, money, and gems. Novice has no bonus and is default. Apprentice gives plus 10% money and plus 5% gems from leveling. Warrior gives plus 10% XP, plus 15% money, and plus 10% gems from leveling. Champion gives plus 15% XP, plus 20% money, and plus 15% gems from leveling. Collector gives plus 15% XP, plus 25% money, and plus 20% gems after getting 200 item drops excluding money, XP, and gems. Hoarder gives plus 20% XP, plus 30% money, and plus 25% gems after 1000 item drops. Treasure Hunter gives plus 25% XP, plus 40% money, and plus 30% gems after 300 item drops. Golden Tyrant gives plus 35% XP, plus 55% money, and plus 40% gems after 10,000 item drops. There are also event titles like Cupid's Chosen, which gives plus 20% damage and plus 20% XP from completing Cupid quests. Star Maiden gives plus 50% damage from Madoka with 1.2% chance and 115 pity. Santa Helper gives plus 15% damage and plus 15% XP from completing Santa quests. Dragon Slayer gives plus 30% damage from Ragna with 2% chance and 85 pity. Exclusive titles like Tester, Developer, and Owner do not give any boosts. To equip titles, you can open your inventory, go to the Titles tab, and press Equip, or go to Sailor Island and talk to the Titles dealer NPC. And you can only use one title at a time. The best way to use titles is to start with farming ones like Hoarder early so you level faster, then later switch to strong damage titles like Eminence and Shadow or Astral Empress once you focus on bosses. If you combine good titles with the right clan and race, your build gets way stronger, and some late game titles are also needed for unlocking certain items. So keep farming bosses and collecting them.